Chapter 4 Sounds of the Night. At night, Sophia couldn't sleep for a long time. She lay in bed, listening to the sounds of the forest outside the window. Her imagination painted pictures of mysterious creatures lurking among the trees, and she pulled the blanket up to her chin. Her thoughts kept returning to the mysterious shadows she had seen on her way to school. In the morning, everything looked as usual. Vanya, in his teddy bear pajamas, came running in to wake his sister. "Sophia, get up! It's time for school!" he shouted, jumping on the bed. Sophia smiled, ruffled his blonde hair, and went to get dressed. Today was her second day at the new school, and she was already feeling more confident. This time, Olga didn't walk Sophia to the bus stop. She was too busy with household chores. Sophia walked alone, breathing in the fresh morning air, which was permeated with the smell of pine needles and damp earth. With every step she took, it seemed to her that the forest around her was becoming more mysterious. The sun was just beginning to rise, and the light through the trees created whimsical patterns on the ground. The path to school was long, and every time Sophia passed by the same trees, she noticed something new. It was as if the forest was always changing, and every morning was different. The leaves moved in the gusts of wind, and the branches of the trees made strange sounds, reminiscent of whispers. Sophia tried to ignore it. On the school bus, she sat at the window, watching the scenery flicker by. Shadows from the trees swept past, making it feel like she was traveling to another reality. Soon the bus arrived at the school, and Sophia was once again surrounded by new faces and the familiar school noise. Classes went relatively smoothly. Sophia met Lisa again, who happily told her about the new project in class. The girls quickly found common ground and decided to work together. Lisa was a support and friend to Sophia in her new surroundings, helping her to adapt to her new life. After school, Sophia headed home again. On the way, she noticed that the forest was darker than it had been in the morning. The shadows were longer, and there was less light shining through the leaves. This time, Sophia couldn't escape the feeling that something was wrong. Every rustle and crack of branches seemed more insistent and threatening. When she got home, her mom was in the kitchen making dinner. Sergei had not yet returned, and the house was silent. Sophia went to her room and sat down to do her homework. Vanya was busy with his toys, and Sophia decided to keep him busy playing outside so he wouldn't interfere with her concentration. In the evening, when the family gathered for dinner, the atmosphere was tense again. Olga and Sergei were having a conversation about what they needed to do around the house, but the conversation quickly descended into another argument. Sophia and Vanya tried to ignore it and focused on eating. Chapter 5 Forest Secrets. Sophia couldn't shake the feeling that the forest was hiding something eerie. Every night when she went to bed, her thoughts returned to the mysterious shadows and sounds she had heard. Her imagination painted pictures of strange creatures lurking behind the trees, but whenever she tried to see something specific, the shadows would disappear. One evening, when Sergei went into the forest for the night, Olga decided to leave the children at home and went to the neighbor's house for help with repairs. Sophia stayed with Vanya and decided to use this time to dispel her fears. She suggested they play hide and seek. Vanya was thrilled with the idea and immediately ran off to find a hiding place. Sophia chose her favorite spot, under the old table in the pantry. It was dark and cozy there, and she hoped it would help her calm down. However, as she sat in the darkness, she heard strange sounds from the forest again. These weren't the usual sounds of nature, but something abnormal, intermittent rustling and cracking. She darted out of the pantry to see what was happening and saw shadows dancing on the walls, creating bizarre shapes. Sophia decided it might just be her imagination and tried to ignore it. She called for Vanya and they continued playing, but her fears remained.